Hello everyone. Welcome back to the lecture series of Basic Electrical Engineering. In this video, I am going to discuss derive an expression for armature torque equation of DC motor. Let's get started the derivation. You already know about the fundamentals of DC motor. So in the case of DC motor, the electrical energy is going to convert into mechanical energy. So first of all, what I'm going to do is, so I'll be like deriving or I'll be finding out the mechanical power developed in DC motor. So I'll be writing like mechanical power developed in DC motor. Okay, developed in DC motor. So mechanical power, we denote the letter PM. So since the shape of the armature is circular and we consider the radius of the armature is R. So now the equation, so mechanical power developed PM is given by the work done divided by time. The work done, okay, work done divided by time. This is a general equation. Okay, mechanical power. So what is work done? Work done is nothing but force into displacement, correct? No. Since the shape of the armature, whenever armature is completing one rotation, we consider it's a perimeter, correct? No. So work done is nothing but force into displacement, correct? No. Force into, we'll write like a displacement only. Okay. Displacement. If it is a linear motion, we consider displacement. But when it comes to the circular motion, armature is having just like a circular shape, correct? No. So definitely it will move like a force which is radially outward. This is the radius of the armature, correct? So we'll write like the total displacement, we'll write perimeter, correct? No. What is the perimeter of the circle? That is 2 pi r. F into 2 pi r divided by the time for one revolution, correct? No. Time for one revolution. Please make a note of that. Okay. By the way, F into 2 pi r divided by time for one revolution. How to calculate? Like, you know that 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds, correct? No. Therefore, the time for one revolution is equal to n divided by 60. Okay, n divided by 60. So by simplifying, I'll be getting like F into R 2 pi n by 60. 2 pi n by 60. F into 2 pi n by 60. Okay, so make a note of that. F into 2 pi n by 60. So basically, F into R, generally known as force into perpendicular distance or force into radius. So we'll write TA. TA into 2 pi n by 60 watts. This much of mechanical power is getting generated. Next, I would like to discuss about the electrical power developed in the armature. So electrical power developed in the armature is given by, so we'll write PE. So first we'll write just like a voltage equation, correct? No? V is equal to EB plus IA into RA. So when I multiply with the IA, so multiply with the IA, it's a voltage equation. Okay, voltage equation. So do multiply with the IA at LHS and RHS. So we'll write like V into IA is equal to EB into IA plus IA square into RA. Therefore, the electrical power developed in the armature P is given by this term only, EB into IA. Correct, no? EB into IA. EB into IA watts. Okay, EB into IA into watts. So mechanical power developed in the armature we call like PM. Let us call first equation. Now electrical power developed in the armature is given by EB into IA. So what is EB? EB, if you want, you can write like Zn 5 by 60 into P by A into IA. Kindly call equation number 2. Now I would like to equate equation number 1 and 2. Let us equate equation number 1 and 2. So moving further, I wanted to discuss like equating equation number 1 and 2. Now what I'm going to do is equating equation number 1 and 2. Let me change the color. Wait a moment. Yeah. So 1 and 2. Equation number 1 is equal to equation number 2. So PM is equal to P. So TA into PM is nothing but TA into 2 pi n by 60. TA into 2 pi n by 60. That is equal to electrical power EB into IA. Zn 5 by 60 into P by A. Now what you are going to do is, let me keep the TA one side. Rest of the terms, I can move on to RHS. Okay. So the thing is, whenever we are going to move on to RHS, it will be like a Zn 5 by 60 into P by A into 60 divided by 2 pi n. Here 60 and 60 get cancelled. Then the n will be getting cancelled. Okay, n will be getting cancelled. Now, what are the terms remaining? So 1 by 2 pi is remaining, correct? 1 by 2 pi. Pi is remaining. Next, what is going to remain? Here IA, correct? No, IA. IA, I forgot to write. IA also remaining, correct? Because this is nothing but EB, correct? EB, and this is IA. Okay, EB into IA. EB into IA. So 5 into IA into P is available, right? P available. Then Z is also remaining. PZ into PZ divided by A. So what you can do is 1 by 2 pi, please compute. Is it 0.159? Please check it up. 0.159. This 0.159. Pi into IA. Pi into IA. Let us write together. Similarly, PZ by A. This is PZ. PZ divided by A. A will be depending on what kind of winding you have employed. If it is lap winding, A will be depending on number of poles. If it is wave winding, A will be equal to 2. A is nothing but number of conductors per parallel path. Therefore, the armature torque equation is given by 0.159 phi into IA PZ by A. You do not forget to write the unit. It's a Newton meter. So kindly remember this equation. This is one of the most important equation related to DC motor. So in this session, I discussed about how to derive the the torque equation of DC motor. Thank you for watching this video. Happy learning. Have a great day.